for me tonight is actually a question. I've never done this before. We've never done this before, but I wanted to preface one of the case topics that I'm bringing up tonight, okay? So, and while I was doing that, it made me think of this question, and I don't know why I haven't brought it up sooner. I don't know why it hasn't stood out to me before, okay? So, just something for us to chew on and get into a little bit. But with the Idaho 4, okay, we're told that Bryant Kohberger went in there and out of there in minutes. And they believe that he had never been there before, that it was a targeted event. And due to the topic I'm covering in one of my cases, made me question, why would someone walk in a house with all the technology that we have nowadays? We talked about this the other night. Smart TVs that have cameras and record. Cell phones that have cameras and microphones and can record at any given time. Computers that have cameras and microphones that can record. Do we really think that anyone, would just randomly walk into a house they've never been to before and risk that? Especially somebody that is a criminology student and their criminology expertise is focused on technology?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. What you're saying is, it's an interesting question. The only thing I will say is that that's not really what they said. They said that he stalked them. They're trying to say that
mainstream. They're trying to say that with cell phone pings, that potentially he could have been there before, but none of the legal documents say that he stalked him. That's that mainstream narrative that he stalked them.
Oh, okay.
So, the case I'm covering just made me think. There are so many microphones in everything we use. There are so many cameras in everything we use. You know, there's literally refrigerators that have cameras and microphones on them now.
It's crazy.
So it made me want to chew on and ponder that idea. And you guys too, like, please help me understand what you guys are thinking. Do you think in any world somebody would walk into a house that they've never been in before, knowing all the technology that's out there today, and take a risk like that?
Yeah, I think people would.
A technology expert?
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't.
Because even though there are cameras like on your computer and like your TV and everything, from everything you were telling me is that they can't just record you.
No, they can't just record you, but you would have to know all those settings because they can do that depending on your settings. That, to me, feels like a really big risk.
Yeah.
And it feels like if we're being told that this person had, so much knowledge in criminology, that this was done in a way where, the whole crime scene was controlled, then he would have had to be there before. I've never focused on all our conversations. I have never thought, like, did the suspect, did the person who did this crime, whether Bryant Kohberger or we're talking about another theory, did they walk into a house that is filled to the brim with electronics, I'm sure because they're college students, and risk not being recorded audio or video? Settings could record it.
Well, I believe Steve Gonzalez said it was the Court TV special recently when they were driving in Kaylee's car, that the police had multiple laptops, iPad, phone, like multiple electronics of hers that she had multiple of.
Yeah, I know.
In their possession and weren't giving back.
Mm-hmm.
which was interesting.
Yep, and also the camera in the front and all those things. So when I was doing research into my topic, it just made me think. Like, that question hit me. Why have I not been focusing on the electronics? I feel so obvious. There's got to be electronics in that house that, would have picked up on sound recording, whatever. Mm-hmm. So, and for you guys that are listening, our phones are devices where when they're on, that microphone's on. That's why when you're sitting here talking about, Reese's peanut butter cup cheesecake with a friend, and then you go to pick up your phone and there's an ad for a Reese's peanut butter cup cheesecake, it's because it has a microphone, and that microphone is doing what microphones do.
But it's actually using that data is the scary part. Like, it's actually recording it.
Yeah. I mean, it's not recording it. I don't think it's going somewhere. It's just using it in its code to then search and make things, relevant.
Scary.
Yeah. But yeah, let me know what you guys think.
So